Okay, I just rolled it. Okay.
All right. What I'd like to really say is that everything in life is about balance. Anything that we do in excess is never going to be a good thing. And that means also our lifestyle has to be balanced. And my biggest concern these days is that our younger generation are always doing things in extreme. We have so many people who are very young and not so healthy. And I think this boils down to the way their lifestyle, the way they live. We're now seeing a lot more intake of junk food with very little exercise and excessive consumption of alcohol. And of course, a very, very big challenge to our society is the uptake of drugs. These are serious issues that unless they are addressed, we will have a very unhealthy nation going forward. And yet, Kenya is a sporting nation. We have so many examples of great sportswomen and men. But unfortunately, we are not emulating their examples. Recently, I told you about some research that was done, sampling about 1,900 young people, testing them to determine their state of health. And unfortunately, that test revealed that as many as 50% of those tested, which is a representative of so many young people, were found to be unhealthy with one problem or another, mostly high blood pressure, diabetes, and other conditions that are brought about mainly because of diet, lifestyle, lack of exercise. As the doctors put it, some people may have genetic problems because you inherit certain genetic conditions from your parents. But as he put it, that is just simply like a loaded gun. It will not hurt you unless you pull the trigger. And what pulls the trigger is the way you live. When you don't exercise, when you don't balance your diet, bring in fruits, vegetables, and basically a much more healthier way of living, and generally keep the exercise going. My take is that this is a serious wake-up call. In the very old days, because we ate much more healthier diet, less fried foods, a lot more natural foods, we could get away with not doing too many exercises and still live a fairly healthy life. Unfortunately now, with the kind of diet that we are exposed to, we just have got to include physical activity, physical exercises, a balanced way of doing things. I've never found any benefit, even for good things, if you do them in excess. Why do we have to drink until we drop? Why do we have to be really lured and ruin our health through ingestion of all kinds of drugs. Really, this is, in my view, suicidal. So, what do we have to do, and where are my concerns? A couple of them. I think first, we've got to start from very early in school. We now have schools that don't have any facility for physical exercise, including universities. In fact, this is a big problem. We have universities in the middle of a concrete jungle where there is absolutely no sporting activity, no field, no gymnasium, no pool, no facility for people to do exercises. In the old days, we never allowed any institution of learning without sporting facilities. It was part of the curricula, regardless of what course you are taking. And I think this is where we're losing it. And of course, we're also losing it because those who are peddling drugs are powerful individuals who have, as the recent stories would suggest, bought their way into getting away with that very dangerous trade that ruins and completely eliminates the future for young people at the expense of profit. So these are serious challenges that we as a society need to address. And I think we start by everybody doing a bit. I think we need more role models in our society in order to influence positively the future generation. Otherwise, we will have a country of very unhealthy citizens, and naturally that will weaken us as a nation. So there we go. I don't see why and what people enjoy by overdoing things. And of course, then we have recently had some serious issues of very lethal brews. Cheap, terribly lethal, unregulated, untested, and we lose both young and old and middle-aged people. What are we going to do about these things? I personally, as a hotelier, I would say there was once a very good idea, which was to make it affordable for big companies like breweries, East African breweries, to brew affordable beer because the taxes and duties were exempted. So it came at a very affordable price. This was the keg that was once very affordable, expanded, became popular because the low end of the society would afford it. Unfortunately, once the duty and taxes were imposed, the price had to go up, and people could not afford it. So what do? They end up going underground to drink unregulated, untested, lethal brews. We've lost so many lives. These are, I think, in my view, it's more costlier to the nation to lose lives than to exempt such beverage which is meant for the low end of the market, from taxes. So really, Ben, those are some of the thoughts that go through my mind. I don't want to go any further than that.
Okay.